Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my talk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay anyhow.
Okay. Howdy and aloha, everybody. It's James with Lana Talk. It is August the 9th, 2023. And I think some people are kind of concerned about the direction of our voting processes. I think everybody's extremely concerned. As a matter of fact, if you're not extremely concerned, you should be extremely concerned. And you should also be informed of, what's going on out there. Now, I'm not the purveyor of the entire voting system of the United States of America in each state. All I do know is we don't have a national holiday every 2 years. We don't have a national holiday every 2 years to allow us to vote. Most countries on this planet have that. Now, there's a reason for that, right? Employers don't want people taking time off, but they don't want to pay their employees. But what they should do is do something. That's kind of a small reason. I think most companies out there would be okay to pay people to vote. And voting is supposed to be, this is what voting's supposed to do. However the process, whether it's the current process or ranked choice voting or whatever the system is, it's supposed to be the democratic part process. It's the people, the majority that says this is the person we want, or the issue we want, or the bill we want, or whatever the case may be, or whatever position you're in. That's what we want. That's what we want. It's the U.S. voting republic that actually makes that decision to go out and pick a particular candidate or somebody that they believe is going to best serve their interest, best serve what they believe is best for them. Not everybody has the same interest. Let's just, that's for sure. But I'm going to go here and show you the process. This is a couple months ago. Then I'm going to show you this other video that shows, I guess, the same process, but I think they're a little different. Let me go to here.
It's that time again. The United States presidential election is around the corner. Every 4 years, the American people decide whether a Democrat or a Republican gets to live in the White House for the next 4 years. But how?
Already you're thinking, so what happened to another party or another person? See, they've conditioned you to believe that's just the way it's supposed to be. That's what they're doing here. They're just conditioning you. This is the way it's supposed to be. Just a Democrat or just a Republican, not a third party.
How exactly does the United States presidential election work? Well, to understand this, we have to take a closer look at the entire election year. It all starts with the primaries, in which Democrats and Republicans each decide who is going to be their presidential candidate.
Yeah, that's not happening. That is not happening. So we're not going to see, just letting you know, this is just, this should completely indicate what party that you should actually have faith in. These are your two, by the way, whatever third party you think is going to win, right here, the primary this is fucking nuts, right? The primary, this is crazy. And the reason why is because the United States Election Assistance Commission wouldn't be needed, by the way, if we had a day off. That's a fucking, that entity is a waste of time. Let's just put it that way. Let me go here. So what happened is right here, James James Vanderbeek. James Vanderbeek criticized the DNC for not allowing Biden to debate. I'm just like, well, why would you want to go against the grain there, Democratic Mr. Vanderbeek? Because he's fucking right. This is the most alarming, and I mean, everything he's saying in here is just completely makes sense, right? I cannot get over the fact that the Democratic National Committee is saying that there will not be a debate to decide the nominee for president. Are you fucking kidding me? That's it. That's all you need to know. That's all the Democrats. Right now, they're not going to see a single other Democrat or kind of Democrat, right? Or somebody registered as a Democrat debate Joe Biden. Whereas you're going to see at least 6 or 7, maybe 8 candidates go after Trump. He's going to get beat up. There's no doubt. He's gonna take the hits. He knows. He's not afraid. Biden took. I mean, right? That's it. That's it. That's the end. That's the end of Monta Talk tonight. That's all you need to know. So, if you, in any way, shape, or form, believe that the candidate that they're going to put forward, I don't care who the fuck it is, doesn't need to be sifted through, doesn't need to go through that process, right, of the primary, right? If you believe in any way, shape, or form that that's okay, right? That there doesn't need to be a primary debate, then I implore you to move to China. Because that's the way China works. As a matter of fact, go right now. This is fucking nuts. I am just dumbfounded that you would have any faith at all, in any way, shape, or form, to call yourself a Democrat, knowing that you're doing that the Democrat, I call them Democrats actually, and I'm not talking about the voters, but these people are becoming completely CCPers. They're becoming completely and totally communist, not like authoritarian. This is absolutely and completely and totally authoritarian. That's what this is. It's completely authoritarian. There's no way around what you're seeing right here. When they announced that they will not be having the Democratic National Committee a debate, this is how confident they are that they're going to rig this. Let's just get that. Let's just throw that card on the table. This is what they want to do. All right, let's kind of move forward. The rest of it probably doesn't really fucking matter, but I want to hear what this guy's take is on it. I've kind of heard it.
How the primaries work and who is eligible to vote in them varies from state to state. In some states, every registered voter is allowed to vote. In others, only voters registered with a particular party can cast a ballot in that party's primary. Even the dates the primaries are held registered with a particular party to vote. In some states, every registered voter is allowed to vote.
In some states. what he's saying is not everybody gets to vote depending on who they believe wants to be president, right? Not everybody, and every fucking state is different.
In others,
Here's my example of that. If you go to here, wait, where is it? Right here. Where's the Ballotpedia? Voting practices. There's like every fucking system is different. Just go to Ballotpedia, right, and look up the voted methods and equipment by state, which is also very alarming. Which is also extremely and very alarming. Optical scan ballots, direct ballot, the direct recording electronic systems, optical scan, paper ballot systems, ballot marking device and systems. The ballot marking devices, I believe, are the best, and the DREs. But the problem is the companies behind them. Remember, Giuliani was sued by Dominion voting machines for defamation of character. Guess what? Giuliani won that. In other words, he wasn't charged. They didn't. That's interesting, don't you think? So every defamatory claim he made became fact, as other states were suing these people for their processes, for their systems and their technology, that it was rigged. Now there's just everything's different. Just look at this. Every fucking state has a totally and complete different system. Different machines, different systems. Right here, it says right here, we have the optical scan ballots and then the DRE and the BMDs, but what's the VBPA? PAT? What the fuck is that? Nothing's the same. Verified polling place equipment. It's just all fucking different. This is insanity. Number one, we don't have a holiday every year to people to easily access and go out and vote. That's the fucking biggest problem right there. Number two, all the systems are completely and thoroughly different and need to be full paper ballot with receipt. Full paper ballot with receipt. And you need more, right? You need more than two fucking people looking at those ballots. We want not just a Republican delegate or observer, not just a Democratic observer or reporter or delegate to check and make sure systems are right. We want a party in there. And it ain't going to fucking be green. I'm telling you right now, you don't want green. Green is compromised. They're all in with the fucking World Economic Forum. Let's just throw that on the fucking table. They're the ones that were completely in support of the masks, the lockdowns, the fucking vaccine mandates. God, Jesus. And people just are still there. Most of them left. Believe it or not. There's like absolutely no Green Party right now. The only thing that's happening is Cornell's trying to bring it back together, and you just picked the wrong fucking party. I don't know who his publicist, his agent is, or his management team, or his marketing team is, but they really fucked up. He should have went either libertarian or fucking just Republican or Democrat or something. God, that was just the fuck. Right off the bat, I was like, oh God, they're done. Because I used to work for these people. They're fucking idiots. They're not idiots. They just don't get it. Some of them don't get it. They don't get the processes. They don't get anything. Anyway, so if you look at this, there's some really brilliant people in the Green Party. And a lot of them actually do use their critical thinking skills. Some don't. Or some just never had to. See, me living in so many different states, following my dad around as a musician and being in the military and all that sort of crap, I was just everywhere all the time. I had to kind of adapt and learn how things were. Always making new friends. It's just the way it works. Okay, so if we go back to here in the very beginning, what does he say? That's it. There's just Democrats and the Republicans. Democrats and the Republicans. That's all that's there. That's all you get. And let's just go to where he's at right now. So and then they go to then they pick the here we go. Where are we at here? I think we're past that.
Officially vote for their candidates until the National Convention. In the end, a candidate must receive over half of the delegate votes to win the party's nomination.
That's not even going to happen. That's not going to fucking happen. That is not going to happen with the Democratic Party. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys getting this? It's just fuck. Gas prices just went up like a fucking dollar in Missouri in like the past 3 to 4 months. Because this guy keeps, oh God, he's the biggest, best, greatest puppet for the World Economic Forum that you would ever need. He is the epsilon of World Economic Forum puppet. And his job, and I gotta say this with fervor, his fucking job is to destroy this country. So then the World Economic Forum, NATO, the UN can come in and fix everything. I've been pointing this out for fucking almost 3 years. And some people are starting to get it. Oh, I get it. Yeah. National emergency, martial law, all of a sudden things are fucking chaos. The military's in disarray, so they bring in the UN. And they only use vetted fucking, it could get really nasty. It could get really nasty. And this all could happen. They could push this quicker and sooner before Trump even has a chance to be elected, as he should have been in the first place. Because he obviously, that was just fucking rigged, and everybody knows it. And if you want to debate me on it, you're welcome to come on. Because I have tons of videos. No, I'm not even going to threaten that. I'm just going to say, if you truly believe that Joe Biden had 81 million votes and more than what Obama did, then I want you to come on here and prove to me how that actually happened. Because I'm going to prove to you how it no way in hell fucking happened. Alright? And I won't get any takers. I won't get any fucking takers. What I will do if somebody does challenge it, I'll just send you a few clips, a few pieces of information. Go like that. But there's just no fucking way. Alright, let's go back. Let's just listen to the rest of this nonsense. This is fucking a joke. Oh my God.
If no candidate receives over half of the delegate votes at the convention, the party renegotiates its entries into the presidential race.
That's not going to happen either. For the Democrats. For these fucktards. You guys even get... Oh my God.
Additionally, sometimes candidates will end their presidential bids, and then the delegates will have to vote again. In that case, the delegates don't necessarily have to vote for their candidates again, but are now free to choose whomever they like. This procedure continues until a presidential candidate has been found. Once the two parties have officially...
Now this is what I'm concerned about. Okay? Because the delegates, they might, remember I said this, They're pushing Pence more than Trump by leaps and bounds. This is fucking everywhere on mainstream media. It's the same $10 million, at least $10 million of advertising that Trump got back in 2015, 2016. That the Podesta emails indicated to do besides Ben Carlson and Ted Cruz. There were 3 of them. If you need that information, let me know and I'll send it to you. But they're doing the same thing to Pence right now, is they're giving him more airtime, and more airtime. So Trump could get fucked, and he could be cheated even before he's on the ballot for president. This could happen. Just remember I said that. I hope it, the problem with the Republicans right now, I mean, the Democrats are fucking just have lost their fucking minds. They're a bunch of fucking democrat, crazy, woke, just it's fucking doesn't make any sense anymore. And I'm fucking glad that I am further away from that place than I thought I was. I mean, I was green. I got far away from them. Now I'm way away from both of them. Because they're just lunacy. It's complete and utter lunacy. I've never seen the craziness. But it's all implanted. What they don't know is that they're being manipulated. They're being coerced, and they're being pressured, and they're being used and abused by a system that has been doing this. But the system will prey on the meek, malleable, and obedient more than anybody. And there's a bunch of them out there. Usually the most indoctrinated. People that are good in school, did the carried the books, so was president, then you're great. Then you're probably, you probably wore a mask, and you probably said hurrah to the lockdowns. That you'll know who you are. Sadly, but let's continue.
Chosen who is going head-to-head in the presidential race. The actual general election is held on the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Registered voters over 18 get to vote for their president on that day. However, similar to the primaries, the president is not elected directly here either. The vote tally for each candidate determines how many electors are awarded to that candidate.
Okay. We've seen this go in a different direction, which it should be. I don't understand why it's just not a straight up amount. But I think the electors have been a part of our system for a long time. Problem is they can be swayed. You know what I mean?
These electors will then elect the candidate. Each state has a different number of electors depending on how many people live in that state. But the electors cannot simply vote for the candidate they wish. In 48 of the 50 states, the elector tally is awarded winner take all. This means the winner of that state gets all the votes from that state. Let's say a state has 10 electors. If at the end of the voting day, the tally awards 6 electors to the Democratic candidate and 4 to the Republican, the Democrat has won the election in this state and gets all 10 votes, while the Republican gets nothing. The winner takes all. This is why in so-called swing states, states in which both parties have an equally high chance of taking the win, candidates are campaigning harder than in other states. It is hard to predict the electoral outcome pre-election in these states. There is a total of 535 electors. The candidate who can secure more than half of the electoral vote has won the election. This is why electors from the swing states are especially important. Once the electors have been awarded, it is basically clear who will be the next president of the United States, while officially the decision is only made by the Electoral College, which is the body made up of the awarded electors. This is usually 41 days after Election Day. On that day,
So what is that, 217? Right? Wait, 272. 1. Something like that. So that's 250. Half of, yeah, that's 280, 263 votes. It's 262 votes, right? 262 votes. I don't know why it took so long to get in my head, but anyway, guess what?
Electors have been awarded, it is basically clear who will be the next president of the United States, while officially the decision is only made by the Electoral College, which is the body made up of the awarded electors. This is usually 41 days after Election Day. On that day, the electors vote in their states. These votes are then counted in Congress around the beginning of January. And it is in Congress, too, where the next occupant of the White House is later officially announced. Finally, the inauguration of the next president takes place on January 20th to formally end the election year.
All right, how'd this one go? Hey, kids. Here we go, kids.
Lots of people dream of becoming President of the United States. But to officially run for office, a person needs to meet 3 basic requirements established by the U.S. Constitution. A presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old, born citizen.
This is where Dr. Shiva is going to have a problem. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but Dr. Shiva is running for president, and he has some really great information. He's extremely brilliant, smart, but a lot of people will like the natural born thing right off the bat. He said he'll be able to fight it. That's going to be too long. It's going to take too much. It's going to take too much energy. It's just, people aren't going to fucking deal with that. They're just going to go, nah, I don't want to fucking deal with all that shit, man. Fuck that shit. And that's what he's going to run into. What I am recommending that he do, for one, figure out I've been trying to get him to do this because I think he's probably the only person that can do this. Let me see if I can find that guy so you just know what I'm talking about. Dr. Shiva. Okay. Yeah, here he is right here. That's him right there. So that's Dr. Shiva. Science of Mass World. And he was a proponent. I don't know if of being against all that mask mandates and stuff. I think he's a brilliant man for sure, and he's just got tons of energy. And this, you know, if whoever takes the White House, which should be, in my opinion, Donald Trump, because he deserves it. He was cheated out of it the first time. I don't know what else to fucking say. Like, literally cheated out of it, rigged against it, like criminally cheated out of it. So yeah, he definitely deserves it. But yeah, he's going to have a hard time with this part right here, the natural born citizen part.
At least 35 years old, and a U.S. resident for at least 14 years.
Oh, yeah, that I was saying. He needs to create, and I'm going to be working on this. I'm waiting to find out a toxicologist, a virologist, or somebody, or him, on who out there, and I keep throwing it out there, but for some reason, people, just cannot, I don't get it. I'm just like, you've got to fucking find this. This is the question. This is the question, right? Because I want to know who fucking took this thing. If the question no one is asking, and I gotta throw some light on this because this is super important, but nobody understands how important this is. That I can tell. Some people understand. The question no one is asking: is there a medical procedure or test that a person could take that would indicate or detect if they have had any type of the fluvinorina Kool-Aid in their bodies or their blood system? Because do you know who took it? All the people that claim they took it, all the celebrities, all the politicians, all the sports stars. I mean, do you know who actually took this thing? Right? Because I'm telling you, I don't think the people that claim that they took it actually have it in their system. Or actually took it. Right? Or actually took it. And why is this guy right here still fucking... How is this guy still roaming the earth free? This is amazing. This tells you how corrupt our system is. It's just so bad. It is just so bad. I was looking for that one picture. Yeah. Yeah, because the problem is we don't know who actually took it and who didn't take it, and if it was just ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I think that's important because that would really reveal who's fucking with you and who's not. Right? Does that make sense to you? I mean, who's actually lying to you, to your face, and who's not? That would be the big determining factor. All right, going back. I want to get sidetracked like this.
Years. People with similar ideas usually belong to the same political party. The two main parties in the U.S. are Republican and Democrat. Many people want to be president. They campaign around the country and compete to try to win their party's nomination. In caucuses, party members meet, discuss, and vote for who they think would be the best party candidate. In primaries, party members vote in a state election.
This is the dumbest video I've ever seen. She doesn't explain what a caucus is. She doesn't explain anything. But this is on the Biden website. I took this picture right here. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. This comes from 2019, 2018. Right? This actually came from the Trump website where he was doing it. It doesn't explain what these things do, what each one of these things do. It doesn't explain that. It doesn't explain what each process, they say words like caucus and primary, and it's just if you're a kid, you're just like, what? I don't know, what the fuck does that mean? That's basically what I'm seeing there. All right, back to the ridiculousness.
For the candidate they want to represent them in the general election. After the primaries and caucuses, each major party, Democrat and Republican, holds a national convention to select a presidential nominee. The party's presidential nominee announces his or her choice for vice president. The presidential candidates campaign throughout the country to win the support of the general population. On election day, people in every state cast their vote. When people cast their vote, they are actually voting for a group of people called electors. The number of electors each state gets is equal to its total number of senators and representatives in Congress. A total of 538 electors form the Electoral College. Each elector casts one vote following the general election. The candidate who gets 270 votes or more wins. The newly elected president and vice president are then inaugurated on January 20th. For more information, go to kids.usa.gov/president.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That whole process. Honestly, that it doesn't really give you much information. I don't think that really explains much. It's only 2 minutes long. The other one was at least 5 or 6 minutes long. But if a kid can't sit and just for at least 8 or 10 minutes to get the exact process, then that's just ridiculous. So I wanted to also point out a very interesting fact, and I'm going to go here to show you. All right, here we go. Let's just jump on here to my political Facebook. I got 2 Facebooks. One is more pretty heavy. Anyway, I just don't. I got to be careful, so I use this, and it's just ridiculous. The fucking totalitarian, fucking Orwellian ministry truth crap that fucking happens on a daily basis here. It's just ridiculous. I'm just gonna jump. Oh, right here. Here it is. So, what people need to understand. Many know this, and a lot don't. A lot of people don't. They associate the color red with Republicans. All right? But actually, Reagan was blue. All his banners and everything he had. And I remember because I'm here for that. What happened is mainstream media started using blue and overcame for the Democrats. So the public says, whatever. We'll just go red then. Doesn't fucking matter. So the colors don't mean shit. The colors don't mean shit. I just got to tell you. It's important. Red MAGA, blue MAGA, green MAGA, whatever the fucking color. We all want America to be great again. We all do. We all want America, the dollar to be strong. We all want our businesses to flourish. We all want gas prices down. We all want food prices down. We all want better interest rates. We all want, no totalitarian, mandates in regards to Kool-Aid in your arm. We don't want any of that shit. We don't want the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization telling us to do fucking anything with these unelected tyrants out there. A bunch of from the Pedo-Predator Class, I like to say. But just so you know, it doesn't matter. It's not the color, it's what they represent. Whether it's purple, green, checkered, I don't fucking care. But what you do need to know, is we all want a fair system. If anybody that you talk to says, yeah, we're okay with him not having a primary, then that person needs to go to China. I'm going to say it again. If I talk to a Democrat and they say, I am okay with there being no primary or no other candidates to be selected before they become president, if they're okay with that, then they need to go to China. Because that's the way that process works. They just pick who they believe is going to rule over them, be their masters. Oh, God. Some people just like being abused, I guess. It's fucking crazy. I mean, whatever you do in bed, it's just up to you. But I'm just saying, it's pretty sad, the amount of meek, malleable, and obedient people there are across the planet, but especially in the United States. More so with the Democrats. The Republicans will push back. If you fuck with a Republican, they'll fucking push back. Democrats they scream and yell. It's just crazy. They can just fucking go carrying out on everybody. It's just crazy, ridiculous fucking. Anyway, so That's the way that's working right there. I want you to also go to, which I think is important. Okay, the Federal Voting Assistance Program. This is for people that out of state, military, and stuff like that, which I think is important, right? And then this right here, this entity right here, which is very suspicious to me, the United States Election Assistance Commission, right? You wouldn't really need much of them if you had a voting day, if you actually had a day of voting for people as a holiday every 2 years. That's it. Go out, do your vote. That's all. Why is that there? I need to turn that off. Here we go. Who wins? Who might be out? 8 candidates have qualified for the first Republican debate. There's going to be 8 people out there, right? This is the American way. Okay, right? I will tell you this: the Vivek. I've never seen a guy get so much fucking airtime, which is always suspicious to me. Always suspicious. This guy gets more airtime and more marketing and advertising for his brand than I've seen anywhere. And I'm alarmed at that because there's some things he's definitely embedded with Big Pharma. I don't care what he says. I've got information to show you that. Ted, look, there's Mike Pence and fucking the fat boy. DeSantis, just mistake. I don't know who's telling you to do this, but you know, and this guy Dixon, he got fucking screwed. He got not screwed, but he got called out in a good way by Tucker Carlson about the Ukraine war. And the sad thing about all this is everybody here, except for I believe DeSantis, Trump, and Vivek, are all in with the Ukraine war. And that's just money laundering. You should know that by now. But this is the process, right? This is the process. So who do the Republicans have? Joe Biden. Let me see. Who else who's their guy? Right? Here's the guy right here. This is their guy. That's it. That's crazy. No matter what, that's their guy. And as I said, he's the greatest puppet of the World Economic Forum. And their heinous, atrocious, and insidious agendas. Right? Just fucking crazy. And everybody's just all in with this guy. It just makes no sense to me. Right? Xi Jinping would be proud. Xi Jinping. Mao would be proud. Stalin would be proud. Hitler would be probably scared. The way this fucker runs shit. God. It's terrible. This guy's he's the destroyer of countries. Destroyer of everything. That's his job. There's nothing he's doing that's helping anything. Oh, he just created this many jobs because people have to work double fucking jobs now. That's why. People have to have a part-time job besides their job they already have to pay for your fucking billion-dollar prices of everything and interest rates and how you're destroying the dollar. Him and Yellen, that's what their job is. Take down the United States. New World Order, baby. Don't think that's a fucking joke because I've proved it over and over again. And they've even said it. The globalists and even our own government has even said it. They've outright admitted their loyalty to Klaus Schwab, Yuval Harari, Trudeau's, all these fucking people that want to take over the world and hoard it all for themselves. Okay, first biggest stages, mass social control, media, everything. They'll get that by central bank digital currency, and their number one process they want to do, and I keep telling everybody, but everybody's starting to catch on. People are starting to catch on this, and it's very hard for people to wrap their heads around. It's very hard. They want to get rid of 2/3 of the planet and hoard it for themselves. That's their goal. That's their fucking goal. Why do I have this up? I know there's nobody here this way, but this is your guy. That's fucking crazy. Crazy. Let me see if I had anything else. Let me see. More CPD. Now here's the thing that I've brought up a bunch of times, right? This is called the Commission on Presidential Debates, and everybody's had a problem with this since fucking forever because it's a corporation, and the people that own it are the people that are in power. It's two parties, and they're together on this. So they decipher who's going to be president and nobody else. So if you think a third party's got a chance, they got to get through here first, which it just doesn't fucking happen. It just doesn't fucking happen. Right? The last time I think they allowed was Ross Perot to be on stage to debate, and that was for them. That was when they changed the rules. Because Ross Perot actually brought up some extremely vital points of the processes and everything that was happening. And he mentioned the totalitarianism in a sense and the communistic processes that were happening already. And he was very adamant, and he really did a great job. As soon as Ross Perot attended those presidential debates, he fucking, and I think it was, yeah, he changed everything. So they don't allow anybody. They don't allow anybody. I don't know if they're probably not going to allow Robert F. Kennedy to fucking show up. And I'm telling you, I don't even know if they're going to have a presidential debate between the Republican candidate or the Democratic candidate. This could get really ugly and really messy. And if it happens again, if it fucking happens again, where it just gets, you start pissing people off and the systems are just fucked up and messed up. Why did that happen? Right? Then you're going to have a problem. If it gets to that point where even before, oh crap, I had that. That's why I had that up there. Hang on. Yeah, Ohio has a big election day. This was yesterday. Right, this is Carrie Lake. And she's basically saying already some nefarious shit is going on. The tabulators aren't working, and people are being asked to put their ballots into bags to be scanned later. This is fucking happening. I'm telling you, not a single Republican is fucking making sure that their systems are ready to go. Right? Ohio. That's a swing. What are the swing states? I think it's Ohio, Iowa, Georgia, swing states. 2024 swing states. Alright, yeah, Georgia, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada are supposedly going to be the swing states. What did I say? Why did I say Iowa? I know Iowa is important. I don't think this is completely accurate. I'm concerned on, it's from Yahoo, but Google. These 6 states, here it is. The Hill. I don't know if they're pretty. Okay, fuck these people. Alright. Where are the 6 states? Yeah, here we go. So, The first one they're gonna say. If hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you can see it. The first one they're gonna say is gonna be Florida. Now, why would it be Florida? That doesn't make any sense either. North Carolina, sorry. North Carolina increased its electoral votes. Okay. Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm not sure about that whole swing state thing. I think it was in regards to. Let's see what else we got. Experts say 224 for the key states. Everybody's saying the key states. I don't know. I think it's another 41 states with 80% U.S. population will be ignored. Oh, wow. What is this? What is this guy saying? What the flip? Huh. What is that? Let's read what this is about. This was 41 states with 80% of the U.S. population will be ignored in 2024 presidential election. The 24 presidential election campaign will be concentrated in 9 states and 1 congressional district of Maine and Nebraska, with a total of 109. The Republican nominee can count on 218 electoral votes from 24 states. The Democratic nominee can count on 211 states. Oh, that is 41 states and D.C. and lower spectator states. Yeah, this is wrong too. Yeah, the spectator states. This whole system just oozes wrong. Just oozes bad. Just oozes rigged. Right? I'm not going to read this entire thing. Because of the Iowa increasing Republican tilt, the number of general election campaign visits will be presidential and vice president candidates has been declining in the recent years, from 27 in 2012 to 21 in 2016 and 225 in 2020. Republican Governor Reynolds' 16-point win and Republican Senator Grassley 12-point win in 2022 makes it clear that Iowa will not be a closely divided battleground state in 2024. Ah, that's interesting. So Iowa isn't. I thought Iowa would be, but I don't know. Let's look at this. Florida Republicans Governor Ron DeSantis 19 points win, Republican Senator Rubio's 16-point win in 2022, and other previous recent Republican wins strongly indicates that Florida will not be a closely divided battleground state in 2024. Oh, yeah. Ohio visits have also declined sharply in recent years because of the state's Republican drift, from 73 to 2012 to 48 in 2026 to 13 in 2020. Republican Governor DeWine's 26-point win over Republican Senator J.D. Vance 7 points win in 2022 strongly indicates that the Iowa will not be a competitive state. I don't know about that. I don't know why that would make a difference. It seems like they're kind of directing you in the wrong direction. Democratic battleground, Republicans, and there they are. Oh, this is good. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to post this so I can take a look at it a little further. Because that's what I do. And by the way, this will be in a reality soon. Unbacked sperm, 3,500 a load. Just telling you. There's a phone number too. Jesus Christ. Let me see here. Yeah. I'm going to post that. Because I want to know more about that. Last but not least, where was that here? Yeah, so all this needs to change. Yeah, the biggest thing that the biggest takeaway that I'm gonna say in regards to what's happening out there, across the board, right, across the board, in our voting system is, I'm just not seeing a lot of people questioning all this stuff. I'm not seeing anybody really taking a look and sifting through it, because everything's different. Nothing's the same. Nothing's uniform. Nothing's consistent. The transparency won't be there. It's going to be chaos. I just foresee another fucking just chaos. Maybe there's going to be a distraction, and this is the biggest concern, is that I believe and leave it up to the Democrats to throw out, along with the fucking World Health Organization, a new COVID-19 or whatever distraction they're going to have. They're going to fucking do it. They've been doing it for a long time. They're going to have this fucking gigantic distraction. It's going to freaking happen. Whether it's a nuclear fucking bomb, whether it's, earthquake or tornado, who fucking knows? Something crazy is going to happen, and they're going to do whatever they can to distract you. It's just nuts the way it always seems to happen. It just always seems to fucking happen. It's just nonstop. Just fucking nonstop. I'm really concerned about that. But again, if you're a Democrat, if you believe that Joe Biden doesn't need to have a debate with anybody, then I'm going to tell you to go live in fucking China. You've lost your fucking mind. Literally lost your fucking mind. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to say aloha to... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Aloha. Shaka, everybody. Look at those teeth. That is some white ass fucking teeth. I'm telling you. Want to know my trick? Baking soda and peroxide. Toothpaste from Arm & Hammer. That's the one I get. And what's interesting is it's the most expensive, but I don't brush every fucking day. You're like, what? Oh my God, no. There are natural enamels that are on your teeth that are good for your teeth. I do floss pretty much every day, and I will brush once a day, once every couple days. You need to have this. It's like a built-in protection system. But when I do brush, it's pretty fucking white, and it's all fucking there. I've had cavities in the past when I used to eat a lot of sweets and stuff when I was a kid. Anyway, I don't know why you would care. Other than that, I'm going to say aloha to everybody. I'm probably going to cut this out. This is fucking stupid. Take care.